Hello and welcome to another edition of the program Gender and Parliament on NTA Parliament, the only station run by the Nigerian Television Authority that is vested with the powers to bring to you everything parliamentarian from across the world. On this program today, we have with us a guest, one I'm very sure you are interested in meeting. She is Honorable Veronica Kadie Sessay, a Sierra Leone female parliamentarian. She is the president of the female caucus of the Sierra Leone Parliament. Ma, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, from your profile, I see that you have 17 years consecutively in Parliament. How did you achieve this?
Thank you very much. It wasn't an easy task. And where I come from is a male-dominated area, especially in terms of politics. That was the first time ever for a woman to vie. In 2005, I vied for the elections, but I was sent out. But because of the PR system, the proportional representation, wherein 8 members would be in parliament from the same district, and by that time, I was placed on the list 10. I was number 10 on the list. But eventually, we lost 2 people from the district. May their souls rest in peace. So I came in. After 8, the first person died. Then I came 9. Then eventually, I was number 8 in 2005, sometimes in July. But it was not an easy task. I was bashed. I was given all nicknames. There was a man, I don't want to call his name. He was the terror of that area, my area, terror. The area is Kaboro. By then it was constituency 85. But because of the delimitations now, I'm now placed in 094. That is in the Moyamba district. But it was not an easy task. But I made my way. And how I made my way, you should be steadfast, you should be thick-skinned, and you just close your eyes, your ears, and everything to push. And that's what I always tell my fellow women, that they should push. You have to be consistent, you have to be steadfast, and you have to make sure you are on the right path, no matter what names they call you, no matter what evidence they say about you. But this God will be your helper. And that's why I am there for 17 years. And before that 17 years, I was made... I vied for the local council, and the same man bashed at me. I had to drop out. But people were saying, that is not your time. You should go to the other party. Why should I go to the other party? I should be steadfast. I have to make my name in the party. So I stayed in my party. That is the Sierra Leone People's Party. And it's now the ruling. Unfortunately, I came in during the ruling, and the 5 years was spent, the 10 years was spent on the opposition when I came in opposition during the whole of the 10 years. And now I am in the ruling. So I always say I have tasted the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I know a lot about politics. And sometimes people keep on saying you should have degrees, or you should have masters or doctorates. I always tell them, look, you learn on your job. And there are 2 languages that you should know in parliament. That is the parliamentary language. If you are au fait with the parliamentary language, minus you being doctorate or doctor or whatever degree you call it, you are up there. And that is why I'm there for these 17 years.
Now, these 17 years you have been sitting in parliament that is made up of 80% or more than 80% men.
Yes.
And the women for now are just at about 18. How do you cope?
146.
How do you cope?
That's why we had a female caucus. And these 18 of us, I can say we are firm with my leadership as the president for the female caucus. Sometimes it isn't easy for women to come together, especially in terms of different political parties. And you know, our party now, our parliament now is a hung parliament. We have different parties. Initially, it was just 2 parties, APC and SLPP. Now it's a hung parliament. We even have independent parliamentarians. We have the C4C, we have NGC, the paramount chiefs, and the APC, of course, and the SLPP. So it's a hung parliament. It is very difficult for a particular political party to have 2/3 majority. And that is why you have to lobby. You cater for the other parties from the other NGC, maybe C4C or the Parliamentarians, so that they can be on your side, since we are in the ruling. And the most interesting side of it is, because I have tasted it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I cut across. That's why they call me Mama of the House. No matter what political party, I encourage them in my office. Most times, in fact, the other political parties, the opposition, they are jam-packed in my office. I encourage them, because that's the only way we can do something good there, except you have to lobby. You agree to disagree. So if you say because you are in the ruling, you don't agree, you not agree with the others, you are giving yourself, your government, a very tough time. So that is why, as a mother, I behave like a mother to all of them. That's why they call me Mother of the House. Or maybe they might want to say, because I have spent 17 years, I'm the long-serving MP. Both sides, I'm the long-serving MP. So with that, they call me Mother of the House, Mama of the House, or whatever. So whenever they come to me, I encourage them. If there is any problem that I think is something that we have to argue, they call me Mother, go and talk to your children. I will call them. Sometimes they'll say, no, in fact, you are not the one who gave birth to us. I say, okay, please, I beg you, come. Come, let me show you your father. You know, crack that joke. You know, I learned all this from the drama. So you have to cajole people so that they can come on board. It is not easy, but sometimes we agree to disagree. We had to go to a retreat in Bow, that is the southern part of the country. So we decided that, okay, we should be confined, or we should try to come together whenever there are issues. Let us share and put things together. We know it will not be easy for the opposition, but we have to agree to disagree. So the retreat was so fine. We agreed that each time now there is problem, we will come together and try to settle it, so that we can come either halfway or we lobby. So that is what we did. And that is how, so far, we have been doing.
Okay, so let's talk about, you talked about learning part of the things that you do, the way you handle situations in Parliament from drama. And I remember before we came on on set, we talked about your career in acting. How did you transit from the stage to the parliamentary chambers?
Well, I can say again, in entertainment, I will say bravo to them, because they made me who I am today. Because initially, I was somebody who was shy, very, very shy. And if it was that time, if it were that time, if you called me, I wouldn't come. I would be shy. But with the help of the entertainment world, you know, to go on stage, I have done it on stage for several years. To stand on stage, to act, it was very difficult. And they made me strong. You know, you will learn, you come across English, you come across languages that you know it is suitable for you. And you come across so many things that will be beneficial to you. So I had to make my way. And then from stage, I came before the camera again. And that one again helped me greatly. People know me when I'm acting. Sometimes they'll say, hey, the mama, before calling me mama, they say, we saw your film, we saw your poster, we want to go and watch that film, or we want that film. I will do it. Then we try to, you know, to send. Not that is the matter of making money, but people never knew that it was a matter of exposing myself. And that is why I used to tell the youngsters, join my team, so that you'll be like me. So you try to go and, you know, talk. Sometimes if you ask a scholar, even a graduate, to come and give you 5 minutes talk, she can't, because she's, you know, shy. And even in that world, if you are not strong, you cannot get up. You have to break your silence. If you are not strong, we have words that we call undertones. They will distract you, they will talk, they will try to destabilize your strength. So that's made me to be very strong then. When there was this time of coming to politics, the 50-50 came to us, and they said, no, we want women. I said, oh, I think I should go there. Let me try to, build on my career or my integrity. I went there to the 50-50. They motivated us. And also the NDI, they motivated us. That gave me the chance to go into parliament. Then at the same time, I was acting. I was doing my movie. I was doing movies, and I've won so many awards, national, locally, and internationally.
I congratulate you on those awards, and we pray many more to come. Now, you keep making reference to the younger ones, coming on board. How do we get them to participate in politics and leadership? Because we always say the future is for the younger generation. The young ones are the leaders of tomorrow. But if they are not part of the process from now, so at what point do we get them interested in playing leadership role?
Again, we have a project that we named Catch Them Young. And if you don't catch them young, excuse me, if you don't catch them young, how will you get them? Like the question you're asking. We normally go to schools, talk to them, give them the motivations that if I am honorable today, you can be an honorable. It's not only here, or it's not only to be a doctor or to be a teacher or whatever, but you have to be a politician because we want to see more women in politics to be advocating for the voiceless. So we have to tell them, motivate them, and we are getting them. That's the project we are working on with the help of the UN women, the UN family, they come to us, and EU. We have this project, so we work together to try to motivate these young girls. We go to institutions. We even go to schools with the senior class. So we try to motivate them. And also we have, like this, my movie, I normally call the young girls that come and join. You have to join this wagon so that you can be like me. Sometimes they say, hey, mother, Auntie Vero, we are admiring you. You are a role model. You cannot be a role model if you don't do what I have done in life. That's how you can do. You have to be steadfast. You have to be pushful. You have to manage your life. Sometimes it can be very rough, but you have to manage your life as a woman. Not that because things are rough with me, I'll go and expose myself, or you go to men, you try to go to... They are the very people who destroy you again. So you have to be very strong. If you are in business, continue with your business. Yeah, because maybe the other time of interview, I'll tell you how it all started, my life story, I will tell you. And sometimes when I go to these stars, I tell them my life stories.
So we will come back and we'll start with the life story, but let's take a break. Gender and Parliament returns shortly. If you just joined us, the program is Gender and Parliament on NTA Parliament, the only legislative channel on the largest television network in Africa, the Nigerian Television Authority. And we have our guest, Honorable Veronica Kadie Sessay. She is from Sierra Leone and has spent 17 years consecutively in Parliament, battling, or should I say, rubbing shoulders with over 80% of men to make sure her community and her country gets the laws that they deserve. And before we went on that break, she was about telling us her story of how she got into acting and how that helped her to perform better in Parliament. So we start from the story of your life.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think the timing would not be enough to give my real, true story of my life. And I would say thanks to my parents, thanks to the Almighty God, and my parents. Like my dad was a half-educated man. Initially, they used to say standard 3. Yes, he would always tell me I stopped at standard 3. But he was so fussy to see us learn. We started it, to cut it short. I attended in the northern part of Sierra Leone. the government secondary school for girls in Magburoka. I started there from primary school, the St. Joseph's Convent, then off to Mathura, the secondary school, because my dad was working there. So I never knew that was the purpose for my dad to have come from end to end, from south to north. It's another living, it's another, another area that you have to start it all. It's not my tribe. They are the Timnis, and we are Mendis and Shabros. So to go to that part of the world, it was for a purpose. I went there, I attended there with my brothers and sisters, but 2 of us made it, me and my brother. And it was not easy, because by then, the money was a pittance that was paid to my dad. Normally, they have to drive me from school for 8 leones. 8 leones is something like not more than $1. You have to sit and wait until my dad is being paid. He will sometimes write a letter. Sometimes I get shy to even get out when they are coming out, when they are going to the classrooms to check out for those who have not paid. I will just take my bag. If I notice that the teachers are coming to call or the principal is coming to call, I will just take my bag quietly and sneak out. We were on that. I sat the O-level. To cut it short, it was not easy. Even my colleagues or my fellow students were laughing at me. Why are you not like this? They will laugh at my uniform. They will laugh at my shoe. I had to stay. We have to walk 3 miles to the town. Those who have opportunity, they'll come for their children or they ride bikes. But we have to walk 3 miles to and fro every day.
6 miles a day?
Every day. Because that was one of the best schools in that area. So my dad had wanted me for that. When I started to cry. My dad said, you will go. That's the place for you. But I can say I was not, I was very clever. But if I say that now, they will say you have to praise yourself. But I knew I was clever. I was clever in primary school, 1st and 2nd. The mothers, the sisters, they liked me. They liked me then. So I was clever again. But because of not having books, I normally take textbooks and copy, because I don't have textbooks. I have to copy from the textbooks. I have to buy those smaller books and buy it and try to sew it, so you join it, so it become high. It was not easy, but I still say thanks to my dad, because he forced me. He said, you have to learn. To cut it short, I sat the O-level. It wasn't good. But our people, they will say, you are now big. You should marry. You should get a husband. You have finished school. I said, finish school in Form 5. But eventually, I had to succumb because there is no further way to pursue. So I had to go. My intended was there. So I had to start to give back, blah, 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 blah. 4. And the 5th one, I said, no, I have to be doing something. These areas of these Muslim homes, you have to succumb to whatever they say. I have to be there to take care of my children. I sold cake. I baked bread. I did everything, even to sell soap to educate my children. So that is why sometimes when I get on to think about my past, I don't like to be saying it because I become, emotional. It was not easy, but I stood firm. My husband was in the city. I was in the province. Can you imagine? With all those kids. Sometimes, yes, he will manage and send small things for some time. Then I'll manage with it. I don't want to go all into that. That's the history. It has passed. I had to educate my children. Now I have 2 from one is in Brussels, one is in America, and the 2 are in Freetown, in Sierra Leone. They are doing fine, and we are doing fine. Then I jumped into politics. Somebody motivated me. He said, look, I went to visit one of my aunts. Then she said, we want somebody to stand against that man. That man has always been, why can't we try? Then I said, I just get out from there and go, because he was a terror. I said, these people, they want to kill me. I will not go there. But she said, you are surely going. And I said, no. When you pray to God, you always say, God, give me, or think of somebody who thinks about me. So I knew that it was a word from God. So when she told me that I'm going to help you to go into politics, I will even send $1,000. I've never seen that one before. She just said it. I said, oh, fine. So I said, okay, I'll try. I went back. It was in the city. Then I went back to the province. I started to sell the idea. And when you want to go into politics, start it from your home to your friends before you go out. So I started it at home. It was not palatable. We say, who are you to go to parliament? Eh? Yeah, just from Form 5. I said I would try. I started to do in-service courses quietly. Because if you do it, your men don't want you to be high up there. So I started with in-service courses, computer. I went to, what you call it now? So with the computer, you know, the machines we used to back the typing. Then now computer. I was always serious. I will bake my bread. I will leave it to my children or even leave it to the people who are selling. I say, when I come from work, I will come. When I come from the class, I will come and continue with my sales. I will prepare my food in the morning. I will prepare it or bake my bread and supply it. You know, I was so very, you know, I have no time to sit because you have to pay. And you know, I was in a big family. If you don't do it for your children will come and cry. Mommy, we don't have this, we don't have this. I don't have to disclose anything to them. I just have to try. And that is why I always tell women you have to try and push. It's not about education. You can still learn. And I started in service courses. Although I have first degree, but I will try. Nobody that is having doctorate or what will challenge me. If I speak my English, you will pick the sense out of it. I know I will send the message. So you don't have to be ashamed. You just have to push. Women are partners in development. Women should be very pushful. We are multipliers. We can do anything that you think we cannot do. Back it up with prayers. Oh, my prayer was part of me. So eventually, I started this political trail, and here am I today. A member of parliament, 17 years in parliament, non-stop, 17 years, and still my people cherish me because I always go to them. I don't promise them. I always go to them. And I can debate very well because we are there to debate. We want our people need to hear what we say. I always defend my people. So each time there is elections, they say, no, Kadie. And also the kids. I buy my candies. My candies are always in my bag. So when I get up, the children will come around me. I like children. People will say, no, don't go and dirty the woman. I will take one and put it, not knowing that it's a good thing I'm doing. I will wipe their nose. I will give them candies so they know me. Each time they see my vehicle, they start to call my name, and they will come round. I will give them their candies. And I don't campaign with women because they can spoil it all. If you start to say, come together, and if I always campaign for me.
But that is another thing because we always say that women are not for each other, but shouldn't it be the other way? Women should be for each other because who else do we have to support us if we don't support ourselves?
That is
women should be supporting each other, or if I can't go for it, I should be able to sponsor a woman I know that is qualified.
Well, it's only now that the sensitization is seeing a leeway. Because initially, it was not like that. We wear our showbiz. If they see their colleague women going there, they will not even support. But this time, because of these sensitizations, in radios, WhatsApp, they say we should be supportive of each other. Now the dynamics is changing, and the scenarios are changing. So it's very good for these sensitizations, the radio workshops, and all the rest. This is what we should be seen doing. We should support each other. When a woman held a ladder for one woman to climb, after climbing, you have to hold it up so that the other woman will climb and meet you there. But it's not like that before. I have tested it. I am a living testimony. But notwithstanding that, I will always hold a ladder. I will always try to show that a woman should do something. Because if I'm alone, I will not do it alone. Like when I'm the president of the caucus, it is not easy to bring all those women together. So I always schedule them. I always bring ideas. I always tell them, look, I started from nowhere now, from zero to here. I always tell them, if you want to have more time. Now, if I don't go to parliament again, they will pay me because it's after 2 years you get your pension or whatever. But what about the grassroots? If you say because those people are coming now, I'm 70 and so I don't want to even know whether you come back or not. We have to make a way. That is why we are fighting for this affirmative action. And we have the political will. Our president is ready to help us. And we want that one to be factored in the constitution. And that is why we want to lay that as a private member's motion, so that we can have at least 30% of female representation in all spheres, whether parliament, be it in whatever ministries. We want to see 30%. When I'm a chairperson for trade and industry, each time I go on oversight, the first thing I ask, how many women do you have in your industry? So they know me about my womanhood. When they say, well, oh, this mamia like women business, that's what they will say in our local palace. Your women business. Yes, I have now won it. So I want to see more women to go through. I don't want, even my children, I always tell them, what I faced in the past, I don't want anybody to face it because it was so rough. You have to try. You will work under rain, sun, and everywhere to make sure you achieve your goal.
Now you talk about affirmative action. The Vice President of Liberia was here recently where she made a call. Parliaments in member states should have a gender quota entrenched in their constitution. You think this will go a long way?
Of course. Well, we are trying. And the GWE policy that was launched by the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, we are working on it. Although it will take some time, but if we bring it forward to bring it on a private member's motion, that is, we are starting from somewhere. But if we say we are going to wait for it, will take a long time. And for us in Sierra Leone, the elections are not too far again, because we have to start it from the political parties to make sure they have 30% of women on their lists. If they go to the PPRC, we are going to engage PPRC. If you take your list and you don't have that 30%, they let them don't accept your list. So these are the things that we want to fight for. The affirmative action, although the men are saying, you women, you want everything. We want to be part of you. We just want to be part of them. Because there's a saying, what men can do, women can do it better. And behind any successful government, there are women. Behind any successful man, there is a woman, a strong woman. And we are strong in Sierra Leone. So why can't they make use of us? You know, to say they try to sideline us or what? It can't work. Because right now we are 52%. Women are 52%. So why can't they make use of us so that we can help the government to pursue? We only plead, we apologize, we cajole them, we talk to them. But it's not easy, even in our own parliament. Sometimes they just send me out. But because I have to go there, I am 17 years there, you want to send me out? I say, what meeting is this? They will say, hey, Mommy, wait. I say, I will go there because I'm supposed to be there. I'm part of the leadership. Even the leadership, there was problem. There was a tussle. I had to wait. They said, no, you should not be. 17 years, there you don't want to give me the deputy, even the deputy chairman or the deputy government business. They took everything. I said, fine, that's not my time. When my time comes, I will even say I'm there, I will be the highest, or even the speakership or whatever. Because I have acted as a speaker in my country.
You have acted as a speaker and you turned out to be the first female acting speaker.
Yes.
And now you're vying for a very top position in your political party.
Yes, the deputy national chairman of my party, that is the ruling party, is the biggest. Of course, somebody tried it at first, but she just took about 4 months. She dropped it to take deputy flag bearer. So, but this time, I'm going to be firm. They said, where are the women? Well, I'm there now. I'm the woman. I'm going to represent the voiceless. I'm going to represent the woman. And even the other political parties are helping me greatly so that they can see a stepping stone. Because now people are watching at me. I am the president for the female caucus. If I don't succeed, or even I get scared because they are scaring me, we don't have this, we don't have that, you should not go. If I start to hear that one and drop, that is a big failure for us. It will be a slap on us. So let me go for it. I know I will win it. I know I'll clinch it. There are 3 men who are vying. But I've told them, I said, look, this time, give chance to the women. Let it be zipper system. 1 man and a woman. And they are talking about regional balance. I said, gender balance. A regional balance, they said, for instance, if the chairman is coming from the north, or if the chairman is coming from the south, the deputy should come from the north. And I said, there is nothing written in the Constitution about that. It was just a gentleman's agreement. And if you are talking about gender, regional balance, that's why I attended in that north. I speak Timini fluently. I want the people to hear it. Then my Shabro, I speak it. I speak it.
What does that mean?
My mother is a Shabro, my daddy is a Shabro, and I do speak Shabro. I can speak Mende very well. And those are the 3 languages, tribes that are very prominent in my country. I speak all that. So what is there about the balance? I can go to the north and campaign for my party. I can go to the south and campaign. I can go to the east and campaign. I will speak their language there fluently. I will come here and speak it fluently. So if you are talking about that, if they are genuine with us, they will give us this seat this time.
You had a meeting, a workshop also to say, in Liberia the other time on the women empowerment, empowering women in West Africa. What were the issues that were dominant at that meeting?
Well, what came out was the empowerment for women is finances. That came out clearly.
Access
and even
where,
yes. Because sometimes when there are issues pertaining women, or if they are vying, the men will keep all their monies. Where will we get our money? Except to go around to start to lobby them again, or we start to ask them to help us. And if they see there is potential in you, they will not give it to you. So that is the quiet truth. So that was the thing. And also the supporting for us to be glued together, especially women. We have to help each other. We have to campaign for one another. Those are the issues that came out clearly. If we support each other, if we are 52%, if 50% even come to join the woman, the 2% will get from the men. And that is what we do in our parliament. We have supportive men. We have men that are supportive to us. We call them he for she. We call them male supportive group. Sometimes I cook for them. I just go and cook and say, hey, today Mama has cooked. So tomorrow if I say we have our bill, they will be there to support us. Because I'll tell them, if you don't support us, I will not cook for you again. Oh, Mommy will support. So those are the simple logic in campaigning or trying to cajole people, especially these are men.
One of the things top on the agenda of the ECOWAS Parliament, this 5th legislature, is the issue of universal suffrage. What's your take on that?
Well, this one, we have to work together again. Until we are together. That's it. Especially because if we are talking about ECOWAS, it's the entire 15 membership. If we are together, that one will be fine. Except we accept the fact that we women, we are there to fight for ourselves. So if we say we are going to wait for them, well, it will be to thy kingdom come. But these are some of the issues. Oneness, togetherness, to show the reality, to show that we women or the men are our brothers, our husbands, or whatever. They accept our fact. That is what is unique in that.
As we wind down on the program, what role do you think the media has to play in entrenching gender equality?
It's just like what you are doing. You keep on sensitizing, sending messages, flyers, talk for us, especially to the male press. We want the people to talk for us, because if there is sanity in the country, it's women. We have never heard of war lady. Abi? We have never heard of war lady. We have been hearing about warlords everywhere. So why can't you make use of the ladies so that they can bring sanity in the countries, in the sub-region? So that is what we want to send the message to the press, and to help us disseminate the message, to help us send flyers, to help us tell the world that we women can make it. We are partners in development. We are developers. We are multipliers. A woman can stand there. You have to praise yourself. If you reduce yourself, then you are nonsense. If I have a birthday, if no one send birthday greetings, I will appreciate myself. I will stand in the mirror and say, happy birthday to myself. If you are ugly, don't ever say I'm ugly as a woman. Try to say, oh, me, I'm beautiful. Stand there again and praise yourself. Wish yourself, congratulate yourself. So if you start to cry yourself down, then people will cry you down. Oh, I don't know how to speak English. I will start to read. I will stand there, like if I had known you are coming to ask me these questions, I would have, go to the archives and start to read all these things. But I know I have done 75%. I know I passed. I'm going to grade myself. Before you grade me, or before the national or everybody grade me, let me grade myself. I have done 75%, the justice. So it's left to the teacher now or whoever is commenting to add or subtract. And pretty soon for ECOFEPA, we'll be having our elections. You know, we have again another organization here that we call ECOFEPA, women from all the sub-regions.
Yes, I was coming to that. Yes, ECOFEPA. What does ECOFEPA mean? What does it do?
It's the same thing. It's just the same ideology to pursue, to promote the issues of women, to talk for women in your region when you come to the parliament, like what I'm doing in Sierra Leone, president of the Female Caucus. Irrespective of your political affiliation, you have to speak with one voice. If you are coming from SLPP, if they are of APC or NGs or whatever, if there is an issue that relates, like these rape cases, violence against women, if we want it to be abolished, we have to speak with one voice and make a private member's motion so that we can speak with one voice. Like when we come here, the community that we are coming from either Togo or Lome or wherever, irrespective of where you are coming from, whether you are French, Lusophone or Anglo, we have to speak with oneness. And that is why we have said it ECOFEPA, we have said it ECOFEPA, that's we speak with one voice. So that is what we want. As is about 2 years, every 2 years they change, every 2 years they change. Initially it was French, then English, then Lusophone, that's Portuguese. But it's just a gentleman's agreement. It's not written in the Constitution. If there is anything that you have to agree to disagree, you come back on the table and agree. So what we are envisaging now, French, because the English is just small and French is more than us. So this is the reason why we say we want more women, because if Nigeria is a brother, if they have sent 10 women, and then Sierra Leone 2 women, Ghana 3 women, you know, then there should be an equal something. But now see us, the whole Nigeria is just 2 women. And Sierra Leone is 1. Guinea is 1. You know, let us try to do something so that we can have more. This is the tussle now that we are having. But we hope and pray the election will be free and fair. And it will be consensus. We don't want to have an election. Let us agree. So we are appealing the French people, because now it has round. But it was just a gentleman's agreement, because they have they have women now in the bureau. French has 2 women in the bureau, and they have chairmen, the French. We don't have any chairman woman. We don't have anything. And they have the deputy chairman, 3rd deputy chairman, that the Francophone. So let them see and reason, so that we can all come to one. We can all speak with one voice, to give us this chance, because they are saying, well, it's a rumor. They are saying, no, this is French. We have started with French, Lusophone, Anglophone, blah, blah, blah. But this time, it's not an issue. We'll try to solve it. We'll agree to disagree. This is solidarity, is what we are gearing for. We'll talk to them. Me, I'm a champion to, to advocate. We'll try to advocate to them. I don't speak French fluently, but I'll try to hit it and try to talk. They are all my friends. We'll try to tell them to see and reason, so that they can give the English country. It's not me. I don't want it, because there are people who wanted it. Let us give chance to somebody who can do the thing. They can give it to me. If I don't have the capacity to start to cater for women in the sub-region, so it's just nonsense. So why can't I just grab the position to say, I'm the president of the ECOFEPA? Then you don't do the work. We want to give somebody who can do the work, who can advocate, who can go around to cater for women. This is what we want to see.
Now, let me take you back to the media, where you said the media should keep sensitizing. From my experience working with women, it's very difficult to get them to talk to the media. You are just one of the very few that a media person will approach, and then you grant the person an interview. Why? What do you think is that thing that keeps women back? But they want the publicity, but they don't want to be the ones to take the first step.
You think it's easy to stand before the camera? It is not easy. It is easy for me because I'm an actress. So it is not new to me. And sometimes people misjudge the press. These people, they will write bad about me. They will say this about me. If I'm a woman, the only thing I'll tell my press people there, I said the only thing that you write about me is Vero is a woman or what I'm doing in my constituency. But I'm not scared. They are the people who disseminate. I can be in the well and say good things. If there is no media, who can send the message? So you are very good. You are very much essential in all this. So I'm sending the message to my fellow women. Don't get scared to the press. Talk to them, be your friend, be friendly to them so that they can disseminate our message. If you keep it, how people will know? So they are the only people who has that capacity to disseminate our message. So don't get scared. I am not scared of them. They are my friends. We work together. If I have good things in my constituency to do, I call them there. We go and chat, we talk. Sometimes they call, Mommy, when are we going? I said, please wait for me. We'll go there. So you see, if I was bad with them, they wouldn't have called me to say, we want to see something, we want to write something about you. Thank you very much. So anytime they see your paper, people will buy it too. Even this one that I'm vying for, it's the press who is disseminating it. You said you had it over the media or internet or Twitter or whatever. I don't even know, because I was asking you, how did you came to know about my intention to be the national deputy chairman? So maybe in 2 months' time, you will hear that Sierra Leone has a woman national deputy chairman.
Congratulations in advance.
Thank you very much.
And on that congratulatory note, we end this episode of the program Gender and Parliament. We have been talking with Honorable Veronica Kadie Sessay. She is vying for the position of the Deputy National Chairman of her party, the Sierra Leone People's Party, and it is the ruling party in her country. She is also the president of the female caucus of the Sierra Leonean Parliament. We thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
My name is Vivian Idekbefo. Keep a date with us next time.